Yeah.
HoloLens spouse. Ooh, HoloLens spouse. That's one of the emails I just looked at.
Fantastic.
I was like, this is great.
We should start. I think I start.
I think you start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. This week, like every week, we're going to bring you approximately a half hour of happiness. Could be a little longer. It's never been shorter.
It's never been shorter.
Never been shorter.
I like the. We're going to bring you approximately a half hour of happiness. That was a really good tagline.
Yeah, right?
That was great.
Actually, that'll be a good shirt. Approximately a half hour of happiness.
Yeah, it's like if we actually had a true half hour happy hour with Allison and Alex t-shirt.
Yes.
That would be the tagline. Don't break your mic, Alex. You just
my
started
mic
the show.
just almost fell.
Oh
with us, as always, is the wayward champion of life, Mr. Tom Krajewski.
Wayward champion.
By the way, that was
an amazing mashup I just did.
Yeah,
Thank you, Allison,
there was a lot of Alison Haislip not singing the last couple weeks, and boom, we're back in the saddle.
Yeah.
There'll be drinks when you are done.
Ooh, I like it. I love drinks.
Get the numbers rolling now.
Numbers are rolling.
Don't you cry no more. God,
like,
people
what the
who
hell
just
am I
tuned in
listening
for the
into?
first time are like, fuck this.
Yeah, they're like, drunk people singing? That could happen at my birthday party.
Yeah, doesn't get any better, you guys.
By the way, there's going to be a callback for that, just saying. But anyway, let's let that go by. How you guys doing? What you guys been up to?
I started eating carbs again.
Hey!
Life is so
I'm
much
call
better.
you Happy Allison or Happison.
I'm so much happier when I eat carbs. Here's the deal. I think I'd rather just be 5 pounds heavier and happy than 5 pounds skinnier and miserable.
Totally agree.
Welcome to all models and ballerinas.
Yeah, exactly. So it was great.
No
so
choice.
after we
why they're all
recorded,
cranky.
after we recorded last week's show, maybe like 6 hours after we recorded that show, and I went on that whole rant about how I'm only eating meat and veggies. My friend Anjali Cabral called me up, who's currently on the show Life in Pieces on CBS. Check it out. Yeah. But she called me up. She's like, hey, do you want to go to the EW Emmys party with me tonight? And I was like, yes, I do. And so threw on hair and makeup, put on a dress, and went to this party and started drinking. And I was like,
nice.
Fuck the diet. And I did actually eat relatively well at this party for the first 2.5 hours because they had actual just meat, veggie, hors d'oeuvres and things like that.
You're like, this is not what I came here for.
No, but then
I came here for donut holes.
After about 3.5 vodka sodas, I was like, where are the sliders? Bring me the sliders.
I need all of the
I would like a mini hamburger immediately. Oh, speaking of hamburgers,
yes.
Also went to the Emmys after party Sunday evening.
Okay.
It was really cool. Fun fact, when you win an Emmy, they give it to you that night.
Yeah.
So when you go to the parties afterwards, you have to carry around your Emmy.
Yeah. Well, but it does seem a little lame. Like you're like, I gotta carry this fucking thing around.
And these things are fucking
too.
huge.
Yeah.
So I ran into John Hamm. Not that I know John Hamm. I mean, I have met him once or twice before, but I was like, with my drink in hand, I'm like, John Hamm, cheers your Emmy, and he totally cheers my drink.
He's like, hey, are you off carbs too? You seem really happy right now.
But the best part was by the time I made it to party number 3 of the night, and obviously I'm very many drinks in, and it's at some party in some swanky hotel by a pool, and they had In-N-Out burger people passing around cheeseburgers, and I was like, yes, and I grabbed this cheeseburger, and I'm wearing this really tiny black and pink sparkly dress, right? Yeah. And in these really high heels, and I take this cheeseburger and I'm literally stuffing it into my face, and Amy Schumer walks past me and she goes, love your style, girl, and keep walking. While I have this burger in my face, and my buddy Adam is standing next to me, and he's like, I'm so glad I got to witness that. I'm like, that was amazing.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So that was
In-N-Out. By the way, In-N-Out is great.
It's the best.
I love. So we did that for our wedding, right? We didn't.
Oh, that's right. I remember
do In-N-Out.
that.
You're right, but we did pizza.
You did pizza
at 11:30 or 10 or 11:30. It was basically the end of the night. Everybody's dancing, all that stuff, and all of a sudden 15 cheese and pepperoni pizzas come in the door.
It was so good.
And it was like Jesus had just walked in.
I know.
I mean, because everybody is drunk. They're sweaty because they've been they just all they want is carbs.
We danced our faces up at your wedding.
So you walk in and it's just anybody want pizza? And it's just
everybody.
We
wants
couldn't
pizza.
have said anything cooler. It was so much fun. And by the way, that was like one of the things at the wedding that I was like, that's happening.
Yep.
Because our wedding planner was like, and then you could do like a midnight snack if you want. And I was like, what the fuck am I? She was like, well, you could have like your favorite fast food restaurant, bring stuff in. And I was like, McDonald's Big Macs and fries. Like, how great would that have been?
Yeah.
Heather's not a big McDonald's fan. So I was like, but pizza? And she was like, I fucking love pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Cliff Blazinski's wedding as well, the guy who did Gears of War, and he had a food truck outside of the venue. So, because we all got bused to the venue for the wedding, so before we got on the buses to go back to the hotel, we all got to stop by a food truck and order whatever we wanted.
I love that.
It was so good.
Yeah, Heather and I literally took a leftover pizza back to the hotel, and that was we just like sat up all night chatting, eating the rest of the pizza.
On
We
your
were like,
wedding
this
night.
is so great.
I pray that my wedding night is something like that.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Have you seen
That's
that
so
picture
great.
of us? That cool picture
of you
us
sitting on the steps?
stairs
Oh, yeah,
eating
it's my
pizza?
favorite picture
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
two of you.
No.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's like right at the end, everybody left, and it was just us and like the couple of the people that sort of helped out and the photographers, and we just sat on these like great marble staircases and we're just eating pizza. And she had like her she had changed into her tennis shoes, so she's like sitting in a wedding dress with her tennis shoes on.
That's
Oh,
cool.
your dress
Eating
was
pizza.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
You
It
guys
was
had
fun.
You guys had a really good wedding. It was
Well,
like
considering it started with a silent film
yeah, yeah. It was kind
that
of.
we
It was
just
amazing.
we just made for funsies.
We just to make for fun.
we
No,
just
that
make
was-
it for funsies.
It was
it's
awesome.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
I
way-
showed you guys that.
Yeah, that's great.
Film, yeah.
Started with the silent film before the ceremony, mind you, not the reception.
Yes.
The ceremony.
The
started
ceremony
with-
was sort of a silent film.
Yeah.
Made by us, comedy wise, and live. Someone played live piano to it.
Oh, that's right.
It was great. It was great.
That was
So much
rad.
fun.
So fun.
I went to Vegas this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
I went to the Heroes of the Storm America's Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was all the
like
everyone's like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's what you did. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
yeah.
you go to Vegas for.
It was so much fucking fun. I've never been to
I
an
bet.
esports like
Oh, really?
event. No, not that was like a big tournament.
Right.
And it was in the Vegas Convention Center.
Yeah.
And there were a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 people. I don't even know. But it was so crazy fun. So it was basically like a FIFA World Cup style. So there were like brackets and people fought each other. It was like
Yeah.
three. Yeah, it was like a best of three.
It was like a tournament.
It was like a tournament, but when I got there, that two of the top teams that I knew about, Tempo Storm and Cloud9, were playing each other. But it was the first day, and Tempo Storm beat Cloud9, like clobbered Cloud9, and I was like, oh my god, is Cloud9 out? And then they were like, well, no, it's this thing, blah, 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 blah. So the two brackets started fighting, and people were getting knocked out. It was crazy. It was like really fun stuff. Literally, the finals come, and it's Tempo Storm
And
and
Cloud9?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And now it was like elimination, but it's a best of 5.
Yeah.
Cloud9 clobbers Tempo Storm that beat them in the first round.
Right.
Clobbers them. They go up 2-0. So now it's like Tempo Storm loses one match, so they're out, and they don't win. I think it was like $100,000 or $500,000 or some
Whoa.
shit like that. So Tempo Storm beats them back, ties it 4-4, and it was like, this is fucking great. Like, what the fuck? And then Cloud9 comes back and beats them to win the whole thing.
Oh, snap.
It was crazy.
So it literally could not have been more suspenseful.
No, I talked to one of the guys from Blizzard, and I was like, you could not have written that any better. I mean, we were literally like on the edge of our seats.
cool.
It was
Right.
crazy fun.
Oh, my gosh. That's
And
awesome.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Yeah.
So you were just there
Vegas.
to do research for your
I was just there to because they were like, hey, do you want
Was-
to come see this? And I was like, yeah,
through
Vegas.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
'cause you're doing your Blizzard.
Yeah, that hasn't quite been announced.
Okay, delete that part.
No, well, not delete it, but just shady stuff is happening.
Technology.
Stuff is happening. But yes,
Yes.
they were like, come. I love that Allison just went
That's
away from the mic to pour herself more wine.
That wasn't Allison. That was my phone ringer. That always gets my attention.
the phone.
Shut up.
Oh, God, that would
That's
be
my phone
amazing if
ringing.
my voice screaming at you was your
my
voice
phone.
ring.
By the way, we could make that happen.
Yeah, we could.
That would be fantastic.
That's what
scared the
technology
hell
can
out
do
of
for us.
But
these
yeah,
days.
so through the Blizzard people went to see the BlizzCon, the thing, the Blizzard
here-
event, and
yeah.
the top two teams now play at BlizzCon.
Oh.
So that's like, even though, so Tempo Storm is in the BlizzCon competition with Cloud9, so now they have the ability to go to BlizzCon
And totally
beat
redeem
them back.
themselves.
Bam.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go.
Moving on.
It was fun.
Let's read some emails,
As
shall
the-
we?
Yes.
Yes.
I have to read this one because it's like, what? This is from Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Artist Tim.
Artist Tim.
Artist.
So it's called HoloLens Spouse.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, I got a tweet I got to talk about with sex bots.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just got done listening to the latest episode, and something occurred to me when Allison was discussing the guy with the HoloLens ignoring his family.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be a market for a program that would superimpose somebody else's body over someone you're looking at through the lens?
I love that.
What?
Like a celebrity over top of your spouse.
Oh
Yeah.
my
This is
gosh!
like-
that's
Just something
the
that
most
popped into my head,
fucked
which
up thing.
It's like that Futurama sex bot. Remember the Lucy
with
Liu
Lucy
bot?
Liu, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, this kind of goes into our sex bot conversation. Is that you just,
everything goes into our sex bot
I
conversation.
know. But I mean,
Hey-o.
as soon as you start making things impersonal or like not having people be
Did you just say
actual people,
impersonaler?
no,
No, she said impersonal.
impersonal or
Oh, impersonal or. I
Sorry.
thought you said impersonal.
I'm
Impersonal.
on glass 2 of wine, Alex.
I like it.
It's getting a little sloppy. Okay. Yeah, but as soon as if things become more impersonal,
Her.
or oh my gosh, now I forget what I was going to say.
No, good. No, it will desensitize
yes,
you
it'll
to.
desensitize. Yeah, you dehumanize people.
But if everybody's happy and they're doing the same thing, who cares?
no,
Right,
Well,
Alex?
no. So
Alex,
this
right?
is what. So this is what
Back
this
me
one
up.
guy tweeted me. He was like, "Well, what if you are like unhappy with your spouse?" I can't remember how it was, but he said, "What if you're?" I'm gonna find it. He basically. Oh fuck! I have to log into Twitter. Come on, laptop. This is why. You know what? I'm not.
you should prep for these shows.
I do. A little.
No, you don't.
A little.
You are the one who finds the stories.
Hold on. My password is so
You are
weird.
the-
You are the last dragon. You
Oh my
possess the
gosh.
power
Yes.
of the glow.
Where did that just come from?
From the last
It's
dragon.
from the last dragon because it sounded like he
Is it
said you
Mako?
are.
Is it
Oh.
Mako? No, I just made that's from a different movie.
Mako? I don't know about that.
gosh.
Best movie ever? No, hold on. I'm just looking here. What's this? Punishment for
We've
breaking the
completely
Yoda?
disrailed
Yeah.
this podcast.
Should-
No, it's good. What am I convinced Canada? No. Canada? Oh, here we go. Hey, leave
Hey.
my sex box. Oh, here we go. Hey, leave my. This is from Logan Seh. He said, hey, leave my sex bot alone. My wife isn't giving me any. Would you rather I cheat?
Right. See, that was my point I was trying to make last week.
No, I'd rather you go to counseling with your wife and figure out why your wife is unhappy.
Sure. No, yes, you could do that. Yes, but
That's
but
more expensive than the sex bot.
Well, yes, but let's say no, but okay, yes, but that might take months and months and months.
Yeah.
And here's the thing,
Guess
I'm
what,
totally
dudes?
down for that.
Maybe don't have sex for a couple months.
Yeah, but I'm just. Somebody just killed Tom. That whole idea just killed Tom. That was the most.
Why
my
even get
God.
married?
most exciting thing I've ever heard. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying yes that don't do therapy and figure
Right.
out what's up. I'm just saying in lieu of going out and cheating on your wife, sex
but
bot
the point
isn't
is
a horrible
that in
option.
his situation, cheating isn't the option.
Nobody's
cheating
the
isn't the
option.
solution.
Nobody's doing. Yeah.
No, but if he goes out and but if he starts having sex with a sex bot,
So
and
let me
he
ask you
is
this.
then satisfied,
Yeah,
wait,
okay.
he will have less motivation
To fix the
to
relationship.
fix the relationship.
Let me
But
ask you this: Do you what about? Well, okay, but what about porn and masturbation?
Go for it.
But what's the difference between porn and masturbation?
Because
and
this is what we were talking
having
about last
sex
time.
with a bot?
The sex bot dehumanizes
That's
a
the
body.
Wrong, that's the wrong motion to move with your
Sorry.
hands when you said sex bot.
I
Now you
know.
went like the sex bot.
I kind of meant to, but like because the sex bot is kind of a body, and you start being able to actually do things to this object, and you sort of warp. I'm not saying this happens to everyone, by the way, and I'm not here like preaching like
No.
whatever.
But I'm just wondering where the line is
That's what I
between
mean.
masturbation.
I think masturbation. Fucking
and sex
masturbate all
bot.
you want.
No.
Watch porn.
Everybody loves
Don't
masturbation.
care.
But I'm
Don't
just
care.
saying,
Go
I
for
don't need
it.
to.
where is the? You should try it. It's fun.
But the problem is what these people were talking about last week. The article we were reading is that if sex bots become more and more realistic,
Right? Yeah, 100%.
it brings us into that uncanny valley. You know,
Yes.
It starts feeling a little like you don't know what's right and what's not.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously generalizing.
Sex
I don't.
bots and
Yeah.
sex bot
Well, I'm
workers
generalizing
and-
the whole thing. Like you
Yeah.
know, I'm sure some people would be just fine having sex with a sex bot and treat people just dandy. But
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know where that line. For me personally, I feel like there's a weird line between like buying something to have sex with, even if
Right.
it's like
The
a
fleshlight.
fleshlight or like whatever.
Right.
Like there's just a part of me that's like, that feels like I shouldn't do that.
Really?
Well, I mean, like the
what about
masturbation
women with
stuff is like
vibrators
whatever.
and dildos?
Totally different.
Why?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you wouldn't buy those dildos and.
No, but I don't know. Like if I was a
So you
girl,
don't
I mean, I
care.
guess I feel like it's less. This is going to sound so fucking weird and
I
mean.
love where this episode is
But I
going
love-
already.
I love. So I feel like it. I don't even know how this is going to work.
I'm sure there's a pamphlet out
There are lots of things
Okay.
that are normal household goods that
mean-
could act in lieu of a dildo. Now wait, hear me out. Now hear me out. I don't know of a single household item that could act in lieu of a fleshlight. Right? So I feel like
What about a pie? Isn't that an entire movie?
No, because it's not like you're putting a pie in your vagina and then you're going to eat it later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like
Oh my gosh.
that's sort of how
You're
you
saying-
could
You're
normally.
saying we have dildos and vibrators so we don't stick like cucumbers in
no,
our
no. What I'm saying,
hoo-has.
no. What I'm saying is, it's not. It doesn't. For whatever reason in my brain, it doesn't feel weird for a woman to use a dildo because
There's
she could
other
use
stuff-
anything, and it's like whatever. Whereas I feel like if I buy a fleshlight, that's like a thing I'm buying to put my penis in, and that feels weird. You know what I mean? Like that just feels really weird. But I don't have that feeling when it comes to dildos.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
kinda
I don't know
get it.
why that weird
I kinda
logic.
get it. I think we need to read another email.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
making us
Okay. So that was the
sweat a
one.
ton.
That was
Because all of a
the
sudden
one.
this podcast is just going to become about like weird sex
All right,
stuff.
how about Brian and ghost stories?
Brian, our Brian?
Yeah, Japan Brian.
Which Brian?
Japan
Brian.
Hi, Japan Brian.
Hey gang, Japan Brian
What
here.
up, bro?
Japan Brian.
First, I love that we're up to 3 Brians. Myself, Trunk Brian, and now Siri Brian.
Siri Brian.
Hey, Siri.
The 3 Brians.
of.
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Hey,
You
Siri.
guys
Hey,
should start
Siri.
a boy band.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 brides.
Or maybe the Brians 3. I don't know yet.
Ooh.
Brymans.
We're gonna work on it.
All right.
But I digress. Ghost stories.
Ghost story.
Ghosts aren't always assholes, Allison.
Oh fuck.
I feel like I said that, but I think it might have been you.
I don't know. I think
Let
I
me
call
tell you a
everything
story.
assholes.
Let me tell you a story. You guys are going to want to call bullshit on this, but it's a true story, I swear.
Bullshit.
It starts off boring enough. This one time I found myself being chased through the woods by a guy with an axe. Creepy looking dude who lumbered everywhere he went, and yet he was always gaining on me. I'm running. It's freezing cold. Tree branches keep whipping me in the face. It's not a good time. And every time I look back, he's always gaining on me. In case you haven't caught on, I'm having a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I used to have a similar nightmare. Continue, but I used to have a similar one, which
Interesting.
is interesting because
Well,
Brian and I.
that's sort of a common nightmare.
It's a
Oh,
crazy ass
fun.
dream. It gets to the point where that it always gets to, in a nightmare, I trip.
Yes.
And as soon as I look up at the creepy dude standing over me with his axe,
Okay.
he starts swinging at me, aiming to split my head open like a watermelon. This is the part of the story where it gets weird.
Okay.
Because as soon as he bears his axe down on me, that's when I felt it. A gentle nudge on my shoulder. I wake up. I'm in my bedroom. It's freezing cold. It's so cold I can even see my breath, yet I'm sweating profusely and my heart is racing like crazy. I look up and I see the silhouette of a person standing over me.
Whoa, that gave me the chills.
No distinct
Ugh.
features,
Whoa.
just the outline of a person. I reach for the reading lamp I had attached to the bed and hit the switch. Click. Nothing happens.
His light doesn't turn on.
Click, 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 click. Still nothing. The room is dark, yet I can still make out the outline of this person. At this point, this is the point at which the silhouette turns around and walks towards the wall across the room.
Stop it. Now I'm getting
What?
freaked
It
out.
makes its way to the wall, then slowly fades into it. As soon as the figure is gone, my reading light turns on by itself.
Oh, what? No.
The room starts to warm up, and my heart starts to slow to a normal rhythm.
So,
I couldn't explain what happened, but I've tried. I named the ghost the Walker, and to this day, I believe that if he hadn't woke me up from my nightmare before the Axeman killed me, then I would have died in my sleep.
Okay.
Whoa.
You guys ready for something
that's-
crazy?
This is the proof that not all ghosts are assholes. Right.
Are you ready for something crazy?
Yeah.
I've had a similar experience.
oh, what?
No joke.
What?
Yeah. Hearing the story just reminded me of it. I was definitely, I think I was in high school. I was definitely in my like bed at my parents' house.
Okay.
So I was either in high school or it was like during college and I was home for the holidays or something like that. And I don't remember what the nightmare was. Mm-hmm. I just remember it was a terrible nightmare. Mm-hmm. And it was one of these things. I think I was falling. I think I was like about to hit the ground.
Yeah.
And it was like right before I hit the ground, I felt like someone woke me up. Wow. And I woke up, and I'm not going to say the room was not freezing cold. I couldn't see my breath. It was nothing like that. Yeah. But I remember waking up and seeing what it was like a person sitting on the edge of my bed.
Oof.
And I weirdly remember him wearing I think it was a dude, but he was wearing like a yellow and black plaid shirt.
What?
Like that's what I remember.
It's a lumberjack.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a lumberjack for the dream chasing
remember,
Ryan.
But here's the thing. I remember
they switch out.
I remember seeing this and feeling okay.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went away. And the thing to me is it didn't to me register as a ghost. To me, I was like, I think that was a guardian angel.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm not like...
In plaid.
Here's the deal. I'm not like a big believer in the, supernatural, unexplained, whatever, but I am someone who's very open to the idea.
Yeah.
I do believe that there's a lot of crap in this universe that can't be explained.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's because we just haven't discovered enough science to explain it, or it's because there's shit we just really can't explain.
Yeah.
That to me was a moment, but it's so crazy because I remember specifically being a nightmare in which I was about to die and it felt like someone woke me up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I had my only ghost experience. I think I might have told you guys. I don't know if I told you guys about this. So
forget take it.
My grandparents.
Oh,
no, there's my yeah.
Sorry.
So my grandparents had a house in San Diego when I was a kid, and there was a woman that supposedly died in the house. An older woman. Yeah, older woman. And I was told when I was a kid, I was probably like 15, something like that. And the weird thing about this house that's really cool is it was like this big sprawling house, but it had two separate stories, but they were separate. So the only way, it was like 2-story house, but the only way to get to the top story was to either go outside and around the back to the basement or to the back. And there was a long hallway staircase outside that would go up and then you would go in.
Yeah.
Or around the other way, you would go around the front, and there was another outdoor. You would go outdoors.
So it was built to be two separate.
It was built to be two separate
Creepy.
things.
Got it.
And I was upstairs by myself.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there watching TV, and everybody else, all the adults and everybody else was downstairs. And they were like, "Why are you going to be all right upstairs alone?" Because it was like, I was probably like 13 to 15 kind of area. So it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, I'll be fine.
I got my flashlight.
Yeah.
I got my flashlight. I'm good. I've got the cable box. I can just see a boob, and you know what I mean? So
Channel,
yeah. So it was like a little squidgy, but I could just make out a boob. So I was upstairs, and so I can't remember what the name of this woman was. Let's call her Mrs. Smith,
Appleby.
just to have
Sure.
it.
Appleby.
Mrs. Appleby.
Thank you.
Mrs. Appleby.
So I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, and it's dark outside. I mean, it's in the evening, and the light goes off.
Oh.
On its own.
Yeah, like the light
In
just
the room.
goes off in the room.
Okay.
Man.
And I go, oh, this is weird. And I get up, and as soon as I get up, the light goes on.
Oh.
And so I was like, it must be like a short or something.
Or is it
It's
a motion light?
No, this is way before that existed in homes. And so I sat back down. I was like, it must just be like a little short or something like that. Sat back down, watched TV. 10, 20 minutes go by. Light goes off again. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Stand up, light goes on again.
Oh.
So I walk over to the light switch, and I click the light switch on and off. And I'm like, this is weird. Okay, it's working. It's not, you know what I mean? So I sit down, and I watch another 10 minutes go by, and the light goes off. And I go, all right, Mrs. So-and-so, I know you're here.
Appleby.
Yeah, Mrs. Appleby.
Thank you.
I know you're here, Mrs. Appleby, but I need the light on so I can watch TV. Light goes back on.
You talk to the ghost.
Never goes back off again.
Really?
Oh.
All night. Crazy, right?
You were just chill about it.
Yeah, well, because I was like, it's cool, whatever.
You're like,
and then
"Yo,
the phone rang because you could call up from downstairs. The phone rang like 20 minutes later. And my mom was like, well, how's it going up there? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And I was like, although Mrs. Appleby was screwing with me, and she kept turning the lights on again, but I told her to stop doing it, and she stopped doing it. And my mom was like, okay. She was like, do you want somebody to go up there? And I was like, no, it's cool.
No.
She was like, all right.
Me and the ghosts are
Creepy.
chilling.
Yeah. Now, it could totally have been a short. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where I was
Or is it
like,
ghosts?
all right.
All right, I think we need stories.
Stories. Do we think?
Stories.
Should
We
we do
Oh
that?
my God, we're assholes. I can't believe we didn't do that at the beginning
Well, I
of
was
the show.
going to maybe do it at the beginning of the show, but then I was like, do we save it for Drunksmith? But I don't think we do.
We have to thank this human being. You guys.
Yes.
Robert
Gomez.
Our fan Robert.
Fantastic.
Yeah, came through. He
Big time.
delivered 3 cases of wine and alcohol.
Yes.
And a wine fridge
For
to
Drunksmiths.
us for Drunksmiths. So you guys, Drunksmiths is officially on.
It is on.
It is definitely happening.
Thanks to
Robert
Gomez.
Yes.
I was getting there.
Thank you, Robert Gomez and Kim, his wife, I believe. We never actually clarified.
Yeah, wife, girlfriend, I don't know.
Wife, girlfriend, whatever. They drove an hour and 20 minutes to deliver this stuff to us.
Rush hour traffic to
Yeah.
get here.
Oh my God!
I didn't
I'm
realize
so
they lived that
hoping.
far
I didn't
away.
either. I didn't know where Fontana was.
No.
I was like, yeah, okay, come on over.
Yeah. Oh my
But
gosh.
I hope they.
But they did.
hung out
They
in LA.
delivered us some amazing stuff. We are going to get pleasantly wasted during
Yes.
Drunksmiths. You guys are hopefully going to enjoy this. Although I've already decided that probably by episode 10 or 11 is going to be when I start crying.
Yeah, it's going to be a therapy session about halfway through.
I know.
For everybody.
It's going to
Can't
get
wait.
weird, you
It's
guys.
going to be weird.
It's going to
I'm
get
so
weird.
excited.
So
But
freeing.
thank you, Robert.
By the way, just
Yes,
think
thank you,
how
Robert.
hot it's going to be in
Oh,
here.
my God.
No.
We can't have the AC
Oh, no, it's Christmas.
on. Oh, it's
But it's
Christmas.
Christmas. It's Christmas.
Oh, it'll only be 72 outside. That's fine.
Drunksmith.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll have
but
a
Robert-
space cooler.
Robert Gomez, you are our first official sponsor
Yes,
Done.
to Robert.
of the half hour happy hour. So cheers to you. We're all taking a drink.
Thanks, man. Glug glug glug.
I love you
Did you
tried to
say
make.
glug glug?
I love that you tried to make the glug glug sound and then also drink, and you realize halfway through, oh shit, I have to stop saying glug glug because I actually need to drink.
That won't work.
You're like glug glug.
glug glug.
Okay.
All right, now let's get to something informational because we haven't done that yet.
Or let's talk about stories.
27 minutes in, so
Could food taste better on other planets than they do on Earth?
What?
Yeah.
They could?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
You know why plants taste the way they plant? Wait. You know why? You know why? That's not. You know
That's
why
a shirt.
plants taste the way they taste?
the
No.
sun.
Because of the sun. Because of the specific red, green, and blue radio waves coming from the sun's light.
Fucking science!
Also, do you know why plants are the shapes that plants are plants?
Because of the sun.
Because of gravity.
Oh.
More gravity, less gravity. Your potato is going to be a little bit longer, a little
Purple
bit shorter.
potatoes.
Maybe potato.
I would prefer
purple.
a longer potato than
But
a shorter
then
potato,
but
I think.
yeah, maybe. I'm just saying. But here's the deal.
What's the deal?
They will all taste different because of those things. So French fries, and can you make French fries in a different gravitational pull? So they actually did
Space Center. Space Station.
Yes.
Figure
Yeah.
this out for us.
Jupiter fries.
Send some
Skylab.
fries up the space
Skylab doesn't
elevator
exist anymore.
to.
does it?
So
I fell out of the sky.
I don't think
in the
Skylab
70s.
does anymore.
No, didn't that fall out
Was
of the
that
sky
the Russian
and like
one?
land on a
Yeah,
kangaroo?
it landed in
Melbourne
Wet
or
Hot
something?
American Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
what?
Science.
Science.
So here's the thing: Jupiter fries. Gravity can also affect plant growth. It's likely that the lunar or Mars greenhouse plants will indeed look different from their siblings grown on Earth in full gravity. They may be more spindly or have different pigmentations.
Well, we already talked about purple fucking
Yeah.
plants.
Yeah,
Remember that.
exactly.
Yeah.
It says plants can grow fine without gravity. So last year, a Greek scientist, for some fucking reason, tried to make French fries in a centrifuge.
What?
What?
You know, everybody's got to try something.
I feel like having boiling hot oil
Spinning around
in a
rapidly
centrifuge
is not a bad
a
idea.
good idea.
So at the European Space Agency, this is what he decided to do. The machine could exert forces much greater than Earth's gravity, allowing the researchers to simulate how the potatoes would cook when
potatoes.
subjected to the gravity of the heavier planets. It turns out that the perfect gravity for deliciously crunchy French fries is actually about 3 times greater than Earth's gravity. In other words, on Jupiter, you would make the best French fries in the solar system.
This is
McDonald's
awesome.
is totally
This crazy.
opening
Yeah.
on
A centrifuge.
Jupiter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say. They're like, we're making everything in our centrifuge. But how crazy
Oh
is
my
that they
gosh.
actually used the centrifuge to impart more gravity on French fries as they were being made, and they found that the actual gravitational force of Jupiter makes the best French fries.
Okay, so once intersolar system travel is possible, we will have our Circle K on the moon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Where you stop for gas.
Yep.
And then before you make it all the way to Pluto, you stop at Jupiter for some Mickey D's.
Yeah.
In-N-Out fries.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't like those as much.
What?
That's true.
Dude, McDonald's fries are the best fries.
Continue.
I mean, of all the
Yeah.
shitty fries, they're the best
That's
fries.
totally true.
So
And I don't like big steak fries. Like I don't like
those
fries
either,
tasting
no.
Oh my
like
gosh, we are
potato.
totally postmating on
I just did that last night.
Drunksmiths.
Dude, I postmated a fucking chocolate pie last night.
This sounds. I don't
I was
know what's
doing.
going
I
on.
was, I was playing. By the way, I was playing the most amazing RPG thing last night.
Okay.
So crazy.
What is it?
So I played D&D with a bunch of friends, and we hadn't played in a while. And my buddy,
right. I texted Alex yesterday, and he didn't text me back for 4 hours, and I was honestly concerned that he died.
Yeah.
Because Alex is the most punctual
texter backer.
ever. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh my god, what happened to
Yeah.
Alex? Where's Alex? He's not on a plane. Did he die?
I was surviving
He
the
was-
world's end.
Yeah, he was playing a game of D&D.
So
apparently.
check this out, right? So my buddy was like, "Hey, we've been playing these D&D adventures. Like, I want to do a one-off thing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Great. Well, how do I make my character? I'll make my character beforehand." They were like, "No, it's part of the process." I was like, crazy. So I show up, and he goes, "Here's the deal." And he hands out the sheets, and he goes, "You're all playing yourself." And I was like, "What?" Okay. So check this shit out.
Oh my god, that would fuck me up.
Yeah. So you have 3 categories: physical,
Yeah.
mental, and social. And of that, you have a breakout of 2 things: dexterity and vitality, logic and willpower, and charisma and empathy.
Oh wow.
Everything starts at 1, go maximum of 5, and you have only 10 points to allocate. But here's where it gets crazy. You're actually saying what it is that you, as an actual person,
Believe
would
you are.
be.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets to vote whether you've overestimated or underestimated, or this is the thing.
Fucked up.
Right. So now you're like, shit, how do I
And
actually
how
rate
do my friends think about
and
me?
yeah, exactly. So we go through that, and it was
Wow.
like crazy, super
Yeah.
fun. Everybody was just like, this is great. It's like therapy, right? And then you have to put down for each of the things a pro about that thing, or a con about that thing, right?
Oh.
So like for physical, I wrote good with a gun,
Okay.
which is true. I'm good
Yeah.
with a gun. But my negative was I hate running long distances.
Okay.
So it's like if I have to run long distances, you're
I'm
fucked.
out.
Very fast sprinter.
Yeah.
Very, very agile, nimble.
Yep.
Hate running long distances.
Not in it for the long
Not
haul.
in it for the long haul. Right?
Okay.
But you do that for each of the different ones:
Wow.
physical, mental, and right. So then he goes, write down everything you have on your person. Right now. So you
Right
start
now?
going, yeah. So you go, okay, I have an iPhone, I have my keys.
I'd be like,
I have a
chapstick,
right, yeah.
eye drops,
anything you think might
and
be
a
usable.
purse hook.
Right, exactly.
D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not playing D&D. We're playing this new
Okay, I
RPG
was
thing that my
confused.
buddy wants to try. Right.
All right. Sorry.
So then he goes, "You've all come to my buddy Jerry's house." to
Fucking
play-
Jerry who won't talk to
play
me
D&D.
anymore?
Yes. So we're at his house.
Jesus,
And he goes,
Jerry.
Blame him.
"You've all come to Jerry's house to play D&D. You're here. You've sat down. You started writing your things.
Yeah.
And then he goes, my buddy Jeff, who's running our DM thing, he was like, I haven't shown up yet. And we're like, okay.
But you have shown
and
up.
No, he hasn't.
using
'Cause in the thing. And so my buddy goes,
But you're sitting right in front of me,
no,
Jeff.
but he's talking about it. So my buddy goes, I'll text you on my iPhone. Because he has an iPhone on his equipment list. And he goes, that's great. You don't get a response. And he's like, okay, all right. And he goes, all of a sudden you start hearing the sound of hail outside.
What?
And
This is
right.
cool.
And we're like, what the fuck? Hail? That's really weird.
Yeah.
And so then my buddy goes, well, I'll use my iPhone to check the weather. And he goes, you check the weather on your iPhone and it says it should be perfectly clear and non-cloudy.
Woo.
This is fucking freaking me
So then
out.
we start going to the window. And
Yeah.
we're like looking out, and all of a sudden there's like this weird gold.
Wait, you're
dust
actually going to
falling-
the window?
No, this is the thing. But it's
I
us.
can't
I
play
know
this
now.
game. I take
But
it
it's
too
us.
seriously.
Zombie apocalypse happens.
Oh shit!
Zombie apocalypse
the
happens.
way,
and
I'd
we are
be
like
awesome in a
literally
zombie
like
apocalypse.
yes, but when it's you and you're going, what do you do? We literally got to the
Holy
thing where we're like,
crap.
where do we go? The cops showed up.
That's
the cops got mauled by my buddy's dog who turned into a zombie dog.
Zombie
Jerry and I
dog.
were stuck in the back of the cop car, handcuffed, and we are like, get us fucking out of the cop car. And then we were like, we stole the cop car. Where do you go? So we're like, we go up to like.
I know exactly where I'd go. My buddy is like totally prepared for end times. I make it to his house. I'm good.
Yeah, but how far? Because that's the thing.
No, I know. I'd have to.
We wanted to go like down the street to Cap and Cork so we could get some water.
Okay.
And he was like, you pull up, as soon as you turn onto Prospect, he was like, it's all hell breaking loose. People are running in and out of the thing, and we're like, back up, back to car, back to car. We can't be here. And then it became this whole thing of like, where the fuck do we go? And the crazy thing was, it wasn't like do I see a stick on the ground? No, it was like, I grabbed that fucking poker, the fireplace poker, and I hit him on the head. And it was like, okay. And then you're rolling dice and trying to figure out if it works. But it's like all of us.
Oh my God.
Our buddy Mike got mauled by a zombie. We had to We went to the vet that's around the corner from Jerry's house, broke in, got all this medical equipment, sewed him up. I fucking sniper shot a zombie on the way out.
Thank
I mean, it was
God
like
you're good
crazy.
with a gun.
Good with a gun. But I'm only good with a gun because I'm actually good with a gun.
Right.
Because my buddy Reza had a shotgun and missed everybody, and then finally just went, Alex has the shotgun. It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh! Now I understand
Because
why you
it was
didn't
us.
text me back.
Oh, we were in the middle of a zombie apocalypse.
Next time, invite me to that shit.
that.
Even Jerry won't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was such an amazing experience because I played D&D and done all that stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you get through that thing where you're sort of like, I don't know what would my person do, and I always just fall into sort of what would I
do? Yeah.
Even though that's not really what the character would do, you know what I mean?
Right.
But with this, it's like, no, what would you actually do?
That's an amazing idea for
It was
a game.
crazy fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and by the way, what would I do? WWID. I love it. What would I do? But the crazy thing is, so there's 5 of them. There's Zombie Apocalypse.
Yep.
Rise of the Machines, Alien Invasion.
Yep. Yeah.
There's a Cthulhu Gods,
Ooh.
and something else. So there's all these and something else. Dun dun dun.
Yes.
But how crazy is that? It was
amazing.
so much fun.
Can I please come next time?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'll talk to
Maybe.
Jerry.
Well, why doesn't Jerry talk to me?
He likes you.
Jerry's-
All right, here we go. Next story.
Jerry doesn't like me
Next
anymore.
story. Come on, moving on.
Sorry. Okay.
This is what's going to happen by episode 9 or 10 on Drunksmiths is I'm going to be like, really? Why doesn't Jerry talk to me anymore? This is why I start crying. Dude, Jerry should be one of our guests.
Oh, he would totally come on for
Oh,
Drunksmiths.
boy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, my.
I got a
And
You should
Jerry
get
story
George
for you.
Takei or George Takei to come on.
How do we do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just went, oh, my.
Ooh, my.
Oh,
And I was like, he would be great.
Yeah. Hey,
get George
anyone
for us.
out there know George and can get him on our podcast for Drunksmiths?
How crazy would it be if somebody emailed and was
We
like,
just-
I'm George Takei.
Yeah, we just inherited 3 boxes of wine, so maybe it could
He
happen.
seems
Who
like a
knows?
guy who'd like wine.
Yeah.
Volkswagen boss quits over diesel fuel emissions scandal.
Oh, he quit? He
Yeah.
Quit today.
Wow.
Or, well, Wednesday, future
So
time.
yeah, you're probably
Or past time history.
Sorry, we're recording this podcast a little early because I'm out of town this weekend.
Yes. What are you
So-
doing this weekend, by the way?
Oh, this is
Did I
cool.
know?
I'm flying to DC
Oh,
because
my old stomping
yeah,
ground.
so I went on a USO tour at the end of 2013.
Yes.
And General Martin Dempsey was the the government official who was on the trip with us.
Yes.
And he is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Okay.
So he's literally like the dude with the codes.
Right.
Right? He's also one of the sweetest, funniest human beings I've ever met.
Amazing.
When I got to know him, I was like, oh, knowing that someone like you is in such a high position in
Makes you
our government
feel
makes me
good.
feel better.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is retiring
Oh.
this weekend. So
You're going to like a retirement
yeah.
party?
Well, not a party. It's like his retirement ceremony.
Oh, wow.
And then there's like some government reception afterwards. And I kind of figured like, when the hell else am I going to get invited to
Yeah,
something
no
like
doubt.
this? So
No
I'm flying out to go send off General Martin Dempsey.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not at all what I thought you were going to be doing this
Oh,
weekend.
really?
I don't know.
I know.
Pretty
Yeah,
far
so that's
from what I
I'm
thought
flying
you might
out
be doing.
for. Yeah.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
excited. Yeah.
So,
So-
if you haven't heard, Volkswagen admitted that they and I
pulled
think it
some
was like
shady shit.
11 million cars minimum, could be more, that they programmed the software in these diesel cars so that when somebody was testing the emissions
No
on the car,
way.
it would
Yes.
sense that it was being tested and it would lower the engine RPMs and not output as much.
How they did it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
a software.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a software that would know it was being tested and then would change the way the engine run to get better results on their emissions tests.
Right.
And they were like 500% or something crazy over the standard. Allowable.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Something.
So-
Yeah. Something that was deliberate. It wasn't just like, oops, we fucked up. It was deliberate. Yeah.
So he quit. Volkswagen is going to be what, like going downhill?
They put 6 billion euros aside for recalls.
Okay.
And potentially, I'm sure, lawsuits.
That's crazy.
There's going to be a criminal trial in the U.S. because that's illegal.
Look, I drive a Volkswagen. This is full disclaimer. I drive a Volkswagen, and I
But do you have
love
the
them.
TDI?
But I don't
the
have
diesel?
a diesel.
Yeah.
No, but still, it's still weird having a car from a company that would pull this kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and so this is the other thing that people are starting to say.
What?
Volkswagen came out and said they did it, but the rumor scuttlebutt is that other companies are going to start coming out.
This is not the only thing. Yeah.
I mean, nobody
Volkswagen-
said anything.
No,
but
here's the thing. It's very much like Volkswagen got caught.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, because Heather, we were driving, and Heather was like, why the fuck did they come out and say all that shit? And I go, you know that there was an investigative reporter that found all this information and went to Volkswagen and was like, what's up, bro? Suck it. I got all this info. This is coming out on Monday. And they were like, oh, that's cool. Okay. And it was Friday. And they were like, let's call everybody and just say that we fucking did this. You know what I mean?
But there was even things like, I read an article, and I skimmed this, so I apologize if I'm getting some of the facts wrong. But like,
we're not big science people.
I know,
don't
we're
worry
not.
about it.
And people email us and remind us of that all the time. But guess
We
what?
get
We're
it.
here for humor, not
Yeah,
facts.
we get it. We get it.
But like Chrysler had something years ago where their odometers would stop running, so people would think that they wouldn't have as many miles on the cars.
Oh, interesting.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So it like car
Yeah, shady
companies
shit
getting away
happens.
with kind of shit happens.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I was like, that's a
Yeah.
big. And by the way, it's fucking Volkswagen. Like, that is a big company. That is not a small. Although it's a little bit like, was it Hitachi? What was the one that came out that just said, oh, yeah, we've been cooking our books. Sorry. And they bowed real hard and then everybody quit. And it
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
remember that?
No.
A car place?
No.
Hibachi?
It was
Hibachi?
it was a
The grill? I love that food. Wait a minute. I just realized we never explained why you Postmated a chocolate pie.
Yeah, and what is Postmates?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a story for another time.
All right, fine.
But by the way, Postmates was fantastic.
Because I was going to say
it was during the RPG thing,
Oh.
and we were like, we should fucking. And my buddy Dan was like, "This is you got to Postmate something." We were like, "What's Postmates?" And he was like, "Let's get a post." So we Postmated a fucking chocolate pie from the House of Pies,
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
and it just showed up.
I was
and they
gonna
were
say-
like, "Here's your House of Pie."
I was going to say we need to
great.
Postmate McDonald's French fries during,
Yes.
right? That'll be a thing that happens during that 12-hour marathon. We're going to get so sick of each other.
Dude, it's never gonna happen.
Never.
I'm going to make some
Toshiba.
shit.
Toshiba.
Don't they make televisions?
Yeah, Toshiba came out and were like, "Yeah, we've been lying to you about how much money we're making. Sorry, bow, bow, bow." And they were like, "What the fuck?" The accounting irregularities that engulf Toshiba Corporation have developed into a major scandal that appears likely to result in the resignation of its president
When
and
was this?
his predecessor over the responsibility for the padding of the major electronics group's profits to the tune of 200 billion yen over
yen.
5
I don't know what
years.
that means.
It's only $30 American.
Yeah, I
Like
have no idea what that
$27 over the course of 5 years.
So they
When
padded
was
it
this?
to make it sound like they were doing better.
Yeah.
Alex,
Okay.
when was this?
This was July.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant this was like a couple years
No,
ago.
this just happened.
Oh, shit. I
Yeah.
don't pay attention to anything. Wait, Alex, what just happened?
Alex is looking at a ghost.
Something just flew by. I swear to God, I just
Alex,
saw something
nothing
fly by.
Okay.
Oh, my God, nothing flew
There's some
by.
lead shavings in this wine.
Yeah.
They're making us.
What's-
Alex, that was the scariest thing you've ever done.
It was
Because
pretty
something
weird.
flew by. I literally was just standing here in my periphery. I was like,
I know. You guys, you
It was
just
a
stood
very
up like a
strange-
little meerkat. Like,
yep. Fucking Japan.
Is it that moth that's on the wall up there?
Could be. Could be.
You're
They fly.
Oh, that's
You're
not scary.
reacting like it's a fucking bat.
Yeah.
It could have been a bat. It could have been a bat. All right, here we go. Next
It was
story.
definitely not a bat. I was looking right at you. There
Yeah.
was no bat.
You did not see the bat?
No.
I don't know. I think it is.
Oh
like
my
shavings.
gosh.
This is pretty good wine, right?
This
Anyway.
is a great one.
45 minutes in.
Fuck, we need to end. We
45
can't do another
minutes.
story.
Okay, wait,
it's too
but
long.
this is quick. It's a quick one. Ready?
Oh,
People
God.
like us going on. Come on.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday
It's free.
to you.
It's free.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
You can sue
birthday.
us,
Happy birthday
motherfucker.
song.
Happy birthday to you.
After like 40 fucking
We
years.
can totally do that and not pay anything. Suck it. The Happy Birthday song, which has been copyrighted for many, 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 many years, since I think like the 1800s, like 1899.
I actually want to say it's like the 1950s, but cool.
No.
I don't think copyrighted existed back in the 1800s.
No, it started in like the late 1900s. It was a children's song.
Late 1900s.
Or the late 1800s. Late 1800s.
You mean like 1993?
Late 1800s. It was a children's song for education.
To
It
teach
was
them about birthdays.
Good morning to you.
Okay.
Good morning to you. Good morning, dear children. Good morning to you. And then they would sing, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear teacher. Good morning to you. And then in 1900 something or other,
someone hijacked it. And
they wrote Happy Birthday into it. And then the first like recorded actual like representation of it was in like 1910. Somebody wrote it as the Happy Birthday song.
Okay.
Anyway, they've been fighting it in court. So it's this woman who's a documentarian, a documentary filmmaker, made a documentary film about the longest running
It was something like you had to pay $30,000 to use the song.
So the company that owned the rights to it or claimed to own the rights to it made $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, when I say that, people are like, that doesn't sound like a lot. It's because everybody else didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why
Movies
Chi-Chi's
will,
and Chili's were like, happy birthday, fuck, it's your birthday, birthday cake is on the way.
This is your birthday song. It doesn't last that long. Hey!
Yeah, exactly. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And
you've
there's
never heard
actually
that? That's my favorite.
There's a YouTube compilation of all the different restaurants.
There is a second verse. It's different than the first. Hey!
Wow.
That's the birthday song.
You can't use it in public, even at like
No.
a restaurant?
No, at a restaurant, because then the restaurant has to pay.
But in public
Because
singing
technically
for, like...
you're paying for the meal.
Right. And it's
Yes.
an entertainment piece.
Right.
Stupid.
Anyway, long story short, fuck that noise. Don't have to do that now.
Should we do it one more time?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Dear birthday song.
I said fans.
I said birthday
I
song.
said happy birthday to you.
I went high there.
Ooh, I went a little high there,
I
cousin.
think that's the way we end our podcast.
That's amazing. Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy
Happy birthday,
everybody.
everyone.
We'll talk to you next week.
This is the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex.
Woo.
Tom's here.
Yeah, man.